Let's look at it that we want to have chickens. We want to have a chicken coop. So we talked back and forth and tried to come up with some logical, ethical, or financial reasons why we would want to have the chickens. Couldn't really come up with ideas. We're not prone to it. So we took to the internet to educate ourselves. In going to the internet, I came up with the Chicken Brigade site. And one of the things that caught my attention there was 10 Reasons to Raise Chickens by Donna Anderson. Number 10, she says, chickens are just plain fun to watch. Well, that's would be interesting. Backyard chickens are a great way to meet your neighbors. I'll address that a little bit later. Get your kids a dog or a cat, and they're a furry poop machine. Yes, chickens do poop too. Now, I'm reading from this, okay? Chickens eat bugs, mosquitoes, flies, ticks. Scratching around, they aerate your soil. They dig it up, leave nice little areas there, and things. And because chicken eat bugs, their eggs are loaded with protein. Yes, chickens do poop. This is number 4. And if you don't clean up the poop, occasionally, she says, this is a recommendation, you're going to have a smelly mess on your hands. Roosters crow, but hens only sing when laying an egg. After that, they strut around your yard clucking. Number 2 reason was the movement to go green. I'm all for that. I like to recycle. I save my soda cans. I love the sights of the rain barrels in the town. But, there is a positive and clean way to be green. And I'm all for more Mother Earth. Number 1 reason for having the chickens is because of the philosophy of the town. Okay, so she gives examples of Eco Village. I'll let that speak for itself. And the green renovations at Boone Tavern. Now, we know that millions of dollars were spent at Boone Tavern. The interior, and I don't know about the exterior. As I drove in today and I drove by Boone Tavern, I really didn't see any chickens out there. So we decided, okay, let's look at the correct way to have a chicken coop in town. Went to many sites, did a lot of research. We have spent nights and hours on this, emailing back and forth, researching, calling other people, getting their professional opinion. Build the coop out of strong materials, a safe place for them to get out of the weather. They are suggestions 4 square feet inside the coop per chicken and 10 square feet of outdoor space per chicken. Suggesting that the floor be lined with pine chips. This makes it easier to clean. They also highly recommend that you have to be aware of the weather changes, that they need shade in the summer and heat in the winter, and this even includes a water heater. Number 4, protect your chickens against burrowing vermin, rats and mice. You should do this by burying 6 inches of wire below the ground. Number 5, check for protruding wires and nails. Chickens always like to pull at the wires and the nails. Give your chickens room to roam. Don't keep them cooped up. Now, I'm sorry, I can never remember her name. She brought up about the health concerns for my brother. And yes, he does have them. I guess once you go through a 6 bypass heart surgery, you get a little skittish. In talking with different people and doing the research, we found out that there are lung diseases that can be contracted through a fungus found in chicken droppings. The fungus is spread through the air and contracted through inhalation. Histoplasmosis is a lung disease affecting the lungs, and the fungus that causes lung disease thrives in the soil that is covered by chicken droppings. Histoplasmosis is not easy to detect at first and can leave scars on the lungs. It mimics the symptoms of tuberculosis. One of the ways for prevention, and I'm confused at this, I'll be honest with you, was saying not to stir up the soil of chicken droppings, which then allows this fungus to become airborne. So my confusion then comes, how do you remove the chicken droppings properly? Histoplasmosis can become chronic, spread to the other organs, and could become fatal. Avian flu, hope I'm correct in pronouncing that correctly, that's also a concern, and we heard quite a bit about that in the past. These problems can exist even if you try to keep your coop clean. Another thing that was brought up was that chickens can fly the coop. They can fly and jump the fence. If that happens, that puts the chickens over on the neighbor's property. Predators, a big problem in the chicken coop. Predators include coyotes, dogs, raccoons, hawks, and snakes. There's also fleas, ticks. A very common infestation is roaches, lice, and mosquitoes. Rats and mice are a big problem in chicken coops. They are attracted to the chicken feed. They soil the feed. They cause unsanitary conditions in the coops. And rats will kill the chickens and consume the eggs. Chicken coops are ideal situations for rats to live in, and you can expect rat infestation. Rats breed quickly, and with the available chicken food and coop conditions, they are likely to nest here. Rats bring diseases, and they will kill your chickens. So you get into, then we got into cleaning. We understand that the whole coop needs to be cleaned from top to bottom with a bleach and detergent solution at least 2 to 4 times a year and scrubbed down. Bedding on the floor changed at the very most monthly. Red mites are also prolific during warm summer months. One of the questions that I have is that when you're cleaning, what happens to the chicken poop? Where does it go? What do you do with it? It's not been answered here tonight, I don't think. And that's a question I'd like to have answered, please. Overcrowding in a chicken coop or a chicken area can cause stress, develop damp conditions and mold growth. So we go back to 10 square feet per chicken with 1 square foot of roosting space recommended. Chickens poop often, and chicken poop carries salmonella. We also found out that chickens do 50% of their poop at night. One of the other great concerns has been the property value. Joe Magtharos, who is president of the Appraisal Institute, says that a neighbor's yard can affect the sales price by lowering it 10%. Other professional opinions say it could be as high as reducing your sale price by 15%. And this is from a professional website. An unkept neighbor's yard, clutter, or things out of the ordinary can hinder a prospective buyer to making an offer while your home is on the market. Now, the homes, Mr. Johnson and Kenny's home are not on the market at this time, but that is a concern for the future. Not only are the buyers looking at the home, the yard, the landscaping, but also the surrounding neighbor's properties. An undesirable issue with a neighbor's property often raises the question, what if I decide to resell? How would this affect me? How will this issue that I'm seeing affect me? Some lenders might even ask in the appraisal report about